Hi, and thanks for joining us. Now you will hear something that will surprise you, make you laugh, and possibly infuriate you. You are still not a millionaire and live in a rented apartment. And now let's talk about the brightest news of this week, which you will see in Hidden Angle. Please welcome your most feathered presenter, Mr. Quack.
Hello, Western world. I spent my week searching for the meaning of life and the latest news. And because of this, my feathers almost fell out. Therefore, I will say that happiness is in your hands, just like the phone. Don't look for it all over the house. Let's go! UFO mystery as UK skies hit by giant cloud flash with repeated lightning bolts. Well, it wasn't a second coming for sure. Otherwise, we've all been cooked already. But seriously, Brits are so sensitive these days. Why guessing if you can always ask Nessie? Otherwise, you end up confusing any quacking rain with a biblical flood, meaning no more fun for golden rain enthusiasts. Think about it. Apple to update iPhone 12 in France over radiation. So they can easily lower the radiation level with a simple software update, and vice versa, right? Which means that Tim Cook is able to microwave the half of the world with a single update. Maybe you should start reading those quacking license agreements. Who am I kidding, right? Come on, Tim, cook me as hell! Putin's defense minister Sergei Shoigu shrugs when asked if Russia will win the war in Ukraine. At least he didn't shrink. But seriously, this attitude of Russian defense minister should be motivating for the Ukrainian armed forces. Could also be a great logo for Russian quacking anything. China's defense minister Li Shuangfu is missing. What do we know so far? Oh, this is the guy who organized Putin's Xi Jinping party in Moscow. Well, when you deal with poo, sometimes you tend to drown in shit someday. But I tend to think that during his visit to Russia, he was just confused with some Russian minority immigrant. So he's either jailed or sent to war. Which is pretty much the same in Russia.
Watch this.
Putin and Kim gift each other guns at meeting and a Russian space glove. And we are now live with my catering lover colleague Tanya, whose face will soon go beyond the camera view if she keeps visiting receptions with free food.
Hello, Quack! Keep talking like this, and you'll become a part of my dad's first ever foie gras experience.
Sorry, I don't speak Froggish. So, what Putin's and Kim's hangout is all about?
We are observing the first public male date of post-Soviet formation man. So, after meeting several Putin's clones, Kim have finally met the original Grandpa Putin. They have already exchanged the guns as some Soviet tradition, or they are just trying to emphasize the masculinity of their relationships. It's their first date, so nobody knows the outcome so far.
What was it? They have finally started their frog hunt game?
Oh, no. It's just Kim playing with his gift from Putin.
Good that they don't have a tradition to exchange red buttons.
I hope he won't be testing his space glove now, because we never know what freaky stuff to expect from these dictators. They also planned some winner measuring contest, but the only measuring equipment they had was a magnifying glass, which didn't help. So they decided to keep it for later. There is also a photo shoot activity planned. They are going to pose near the Russian-made Berlin Wall, because no one told Kim that Russia is not that mighty anymore. So, in order to distract Kim's attention, he was fed up with pancakes right from the tractor bucket.
But what was the real goal of this meeting, apart from romantic ones?
I don't know. Some say that Putin was begging Kim for ammunition support. Others say that Kim just wanted to hang out with Russian walrus and dolphins. This part is kept in a secret for now.
Is that a walrus?
Nope. It's just Kim sharing his post-dolphin show impressions with the media. So, I gotta go before they form some new Soviet Union and close the borders.
Let's hope for the best. Not for Tanya. Where were we? Princess Diana's sweater sells for $1.1 million. Didn't know the rich ones also go for secondhand. Can't wait to see it get washed in a $300 washing machine and shrink. I wonder if the price will shrink accordingly. Dubai police seize over $1 million of captagon drugs smuggled inside furniture. This is what happens when you stuff your kind with fairy tales instead of real-life experience. The guy was a huge fan of a gingerbread house, so once he grew up and got rich, he decided to build his own gingerbread house. Just not out of gingerbread. Man arrested after allegedly touching Spanish journalist's bottom live on air. Isn't it the guy from the Spanish Football Federation seeking for other opportunities? But it very much seems that freaks and rapists become much more practical nowadays. They just don't want to bother court stuff with finding any evidence. They just give it away on camera. Kinda freaky tolerance. Hundreds of cruise passengers stranded in Arctic with help 1,000 miles away. People were trying to cosplay Titanic, but forgot that the iceberg trend has already been outperformed by the global warming trend, so they moved to Arctic. Now I think that the more time they wait for the rescue, meaning more chances of some new Netflix based on real events show. Over 200 rich freaks stuck somewhere in Arctic will be a hell of a story. So I'm not sure if we have to worry about them. I wish the Discovery Channel someday will make a documentary about Titanic and finally disclose how come a swimming pool is filled with water after the iceberg crash. Quacking mystery. Bloke who spent 12,500 pounds to become a dog now has dreams to start in a canine movie. 12,500 pounds for a quacking leg quacker suit? Come on! There are so many other funny ways to waste your money. But most importantly, I'm a quacking talking duck. Where's my movie contract? Florida grandma forced to tear down treehouse she's lived in for nearly 20 years over code violations. Well, kicking people out of their houses is not the best way to handle America's global homeless problem. But she's not a quacking squirrel though. Why not just give away her house to birds? Woman makes 500 pounds a month renting other side of bed to strangers, but people are horrified. Don't wanna sound sexist, but it looks like an excuse for OnlyFans page.
We weren't banging on camera. The guy just rented my
Nope, my dear. This time you should be looking for a better alibi. That's all quacked up news for today. Push that wing up button if you enjoyed the show. I'll check out the comments too. Subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next gust of news frenzy. I'm going to rent out my nest. I hope no one throws their eggs, although there will be something to tell you about. See ya!